All right, step one is you need to get your tire off. Step two is you need a crate with a hole in the middle. That way you can take your tire like this. Oh, just a sec there. Take the spacers off before I forget. Anyway, you can take your tire and then stick it in like that without it wobbling around. The next step would be to take your rotor off. So I'm going to do that now. You just use like a Torx bit set, and then you're good. All right, so I've got the rotor off. The next thing you're going to need are these tire wrenches. Now, you can put duct tape or electrical tape around the end to protect your rim, but honestly, it hasn't really done much damage, and I don't even really care. Like, it's just a bit of paint. Ultimately, the rim survives. So the next thing you would do is, let's see if I can. All right, so in this case, I'm just taking the tire off. I'm just sticking, it's a curved piece, so all I'm doing is sticking it in, wrapping it around, and this, just checking this thing right here really quick here. There we go. See, it was pretty good on there, and then just bend it like that. Then I grab a second iron. Try to get that in there too. Get the lip over. Okay, so this is actually very easy if I recall. So actually the best way to do this is you set them up just kind of close to each other like this. Sorry, kind of close. If I can get under it. Okay, there's one, and I've got the edge up. Then I go two. Sorry, this whole edge, the bottom has to come out here. Okay, basically like this. I'll show you from above. It's got to look. It's got to look like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this center axle, and I'm going to pull this way on this one and pull on this one at the same time, and it'll unseat the bead. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull these like so, and that removes the first bead. Easy peasy. And this part's actually pretty easy. Just ream the tire right off like that. And now for the fun parts. The fun part being the part you are stuck on. Okay, so now that I've got the rim off, I'm going to want to put the wire side down so that I'm not fighting with the wire. And then the first side's going to go on just by pressing on it like that. And I'm going to do that now. Because I've got this crate, it makes it a lot easier. So I'm just going to put two hands on it. And like, honestly, these things fucking there. See, easy peasy. All right, now we're at the hard parts. And for this to work, we're going to need a zip tie. And I don't know where I misplaced mine. So I'm going to go grab my zip tie. All right, I got my zip tie. And now I'm ready for the next part. And you want to have one of these really big, thick zip ties when you're doing this, okay? So the next step is, you see how I've got it? It's on one side. But I need to see this part needs to go in now. All right, so the first thing you want to do is feed the zip tie. Like, check the tip there, so I know it's going to go like this. And you want to feed it right under the tire. Doesn't really matter how you do it, just do it. I'm just reaching in there. Okay, so now I've got the zip tie around. Okay, this is where it starts to get the tricky part. and it can sometimes be difficult. But what I do is I start the zip tie, okay? And then essentially I crush the tire as much as I can. Like press it down hard, very hard, don't be shy. And then start tightening your zip tie as much as you can. See how it's squished now? Okay. The goal here, and because I've got the seat like that, I can start it just like this. So I see that the bead is underneath already. And so essentially grab my tires. I might need to put my foot here. I might block the camera. But I would use the straight edge for this. I'm not going to lie. The straight edge pointing down seems to be your friend at this, or up like this, is your friend at this part of the game. You have to cross them over. You've just got to get it to catch in some way, like your starter, so to speak. What I usually do is, okay, 1 second. I'm going to stick my foot on it, and then I'm going to get under this side and pry it down. And I'm going to hold it right there, and then I'm going to go in the other side, and it reminds you how much of a pain in the ass it is. Just going to go kind of opposite sides here, like that. And then I'm going to go back to this side. All right, it's starting, okay? I'm going to try to show you what's happening here. Oh, no, I'm going to lose it. So what I'm doing is working from the zip tied part. You want to work from that zip tied part. That's like your starting point. And just go opposite sides to the other. Sorry. And don't be afraid to really ream it. So it's easier if you're facing me. I'm going to just do this. Trying to film this is making it more difficult. But you've got your foot in the middle. There, that's halfway. This is so important. I've got the center bead down, and then essentially I can just drive it in. I'm going to leave. What I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to start using that straight edge part now. And just keep one end in. Keep working it. Like that. Done. Much easier. That was it. That was the whole process right there. Was it hard on the rims? Absolutely. Probably, well, it feels like it's hard, but it's really not. So now I just gotta cut off the zip tie. There we go. Zip tie's cut. Yank it out. And my tire is on. So now I've just kind of gotta work it into place a bit here. But it is beadless. There we go. Other side, good. Now it's ready to be inflated. So at this point, I'm gonna just clean up here. Do some brake clean on the rotor. Remember that the rotor has an arrow showing the direction. Oh shit. Oh shit. Might have to redo this. We're gonna find out in a second if I got lucky. I forgot to check my tread direction. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I put it on fucking backwards, bro. Oh no. I put it on backwards. I didn't check the tread pattern and I forgot all about that. Where's the direction? Yeah, this is backwards. It's not supposed to go this way. Same way it went on. Like that. Off. And then once it's halfway out, pull it out easy. Alright, so this is the side my mounter's on. Like so. Then the tread has to go in this direction, I'm pretty sure. Where's the arrow? There it is, rotation. It's going this way, so I have to flip it like this. This is the proper direction. All right, so I want the wire side down. So if I want it this way, then essentially I have to put the tire on like this. There, so there's half. It's facing the correct direction. All right, I'm back. So fresh zip tie in hand. Same concept, check where it goes. Get it through. Zip tie it. Tight. And then squish your tire, obviously, as much as you can. I usually step on it. This is essentially acting like a third tire iron. I'm pretty sure the actual method does require 3 tire irons, but I don't have one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of start it a little bit here, like that, and start like this, wherever you can get that gap in. Like so. Okay, once it's in, and you've got, see how I'm holding it like this? Stick them right up in there and drive the iron tire levers up. And there it is again. Just like that. And then obviously my tire's a little off kilter there, but cut off the zip tie. Let's go. Tires on. Pull the zip tie. Done. And like I said before, the next thing I'm going to do is just clean up these areas with a little bit of brake clean in here so that the disc sits flat, and then I'm done. All right, so if you have any questions, it's really like you grab the two, you have your zip tie in the center, you stick your 2 in and you pry it out, right? And then just drive them with your hands forward, and that should be all you need. Well, this video is going to help me out too in the future because I sometimes forget how to do it by the time the next time rolls around. But good luck with everything. I hope you don't sell your scooter. Peace.